All right, everybody. What going on? Let me zoom in a little bit more right there. What's going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with, I guess you could say, another Crazy Dog After Dark live stream. Kind of funny because we actually have some Pac-12 After Dark going on right now. I know you guys are like, but wait a minute. The regular season's over. Why is there a regular season game going on right now? Well, this game between Cal and USC was postponed due to Cal battling the virus earlier on in the year. So they're playing it now. Better late than never, and it gives me something else to watch. So in this live stream, I'm going to talk about the final projections for this year's bowl games. And we're going to see who is this guy that made these projections? Jerry Palm. See what projection each bowl game. And I think I know where he's going to have Ohio State. There's not too many places you could put a good team like this, considering our record and where we finished in the Big Ten standings. And considering, the placements and stuff, we're kind of limited. So I feel like I think everyone knows where we're going to be. But it'll become official tomorrow, I think afternoon. But before I get into that, let's talk about these freaking conference title games. I don't think anyone's going to really be talking in the chat. People might just be listening while they're doing stuff. Doesn't matter. So today you have the Sun Belt, SEC, Pac-12. You had the Mountain West today, the MAC. You had the CUSA last night, Big 12 earlier this afternoon, Big 10 tonight. That was the last bowl game of the night. ACC and and the AAC. So, of course, yesterday the 3rd, or 2 days ago technically now, the 3rd, the CUSA was won by Texas San Antonio, and the Pac-12 was won by Utah. Man, the state of Utah had a pretty fun weekend because Utah won their conference title. And then, not even a day later, Utah State won theirs. So, yeah, Utah's bringing some, the state of Utah is going to have some hardware coming in there. And then earlier today, you had the Big 12 game, which it seemed like both teams just didn't want to win. They couldn't get out of each other's way. Oklahoma State was derping left and right. I mean, they got stopped twice on the 2-yard line. They were like a matter of that close to scoring twice, including the last play of the game. Baylor escapes, and they clinch the Big 12 title. Wow. Who would have thought, So Texas will be bringing that one home. And then that one was going on, Northern Illinois captured the MAC championship. And then after that, you had Cincinnati facing Houston. That was a good game, but Cincinnati pulled away late. So they take home the American Conference Championship. Of course, they'll be heading to the Big 12 in a couple of years, so that'll be very interesting. And then the funny thing is the Roadrunners of Texas San Antonio, along with a few other teams, are actually going to the American? I think so, yeah. They're going to the American. And the Raging Cajuns took home the Fun Belt Championship. That's the nickname. It's the Sun Belt, but they call it the Fun Belt. Yeah, they took home that one. So those are some pretty good games. And, of course, Alabama, not surprisingly, beat Georgia again. Everyone's like, oh, yeah, Georgia and this top defense, man. Nobody can beat them. Nick Saban is like, watch this. He goes out there, drops 40 on them. No big deal. No big deal. I mean, Alabama, you can't really think Nick Saban's just going to, get beat by Georgia, right? Nah. He owns Kirby Smart. Kirby Smart cannot beat Nick Saban. No matter how hard he tries, he can't do it. He can't. He just can't. It's weird. Then you had the games of the night. You had the main events, the ACC and the Big Ten title game. Pittsburgh Wow. Okay. They took home the ACC title, 45-21 over Wake Forest. And the team up north beat Iowa 42-3. 42-3. Makes you think, what would Ohio State have done to Iowa? I don't know, because we weren't in the game, because our defense played hella soft against the freaking Wolverines last week. And yeah, I'm wearing the choke shirt because it seemed like we choked. We were drinking our own medicine, our own thing. I mean, they they watched the Oregon and they're like, oh, so we just do that, we can beat Ohio State, I bet. And it seems like they did the same thing kind of to Iowa. And the thing with Iowa is their defense is good, but their offense is just bad. Ugh. Like, ugh. Oh my God. It's like watching Iowa's offense. Ugh, it just made me sick. They couldn't do anything. They couldn't do a damn thing. They made a quarterback switch thinking that would help. No, it didn't. It did not help at all. Nope. Not at all. And I'll get into the bowl projections here in a minute, but dang, bro. I don't actually, am I happy for them? They actually get to feel a little bit of success for once. Yeah. Let them have their fun, because I know one thing. Next year, Ohio State's going to be looking for some vengeance, and they're going to be pissed. Because I expect this team to make some changes on the staff, and hopefully we get this linebacker situation figured out, because I tell you one thing, linebacker has been one of our Achilles heels the last couple of years. Last year it wasn't too bad. But it's like, man, dude, if you can't get pressure on the quarterback, our linebackers get exposed so easily. We had a freaking tight end. I didn't know this. We had a tight end playing linebacker against the team up north. I did not know that. I guess I didn't notice because I couldn't really tell, because they weren't really making plays. We had a freaking running back turned linebacker and a backup tight end playing linebacker. Like, what? And then, today we had another linebacker enter the transfer portal. So, yeah, nice. Our linebacking core is going to look very different next year. Our defense might be looking a little bit different, too, in terms of scheme and stuff. Because Kerry Combs, good recruiter, good position coach. But in terms of the whole defensive coordinator thing, no. Nope. Matt Barnes did a valuable job. He did a good job, I guess. But we got to actually get someone who can run a good defense. I heard something about us looking at, I guess, like the Oklahoma State D coordinator or something. I don't know if that's true or not. But damn, we need to do something. Honestly, I wish we would have never let Jeff Hafley go. Because we told Greg Schiano to kick rocks, got him out of here. We brought in Jeff Hafley, and our defense was good. They actually weren't getting exposed. And then he goes to Boston College to be their head coach, because, of course, that's what happens to good assistants. They get promoted. They go someplace else to become a head coach or something. Of course, can't be mad at him. A lot of other coaches would have done the same thing. But, we say, hey, Kerry, you want to come back here and be our defensive coordinator? And he's like, yeah, sure. And then look what happened. But he's a great recruiter. But in terms of being a defensive coordinator, no, not so much. So let's get into these bowl projections. So we're going to start off with the Mystery Meat Bowl. Some of these games don't mean a damn thing. North Texas and Miami, Ohio. Okay. December 17th, projections, Middle Tennessee State and Toledo in the Bahamas Bowl. Ooh, so, damn, they got to travel all the way out to the Bahamas? Okay, that'd be nice. Noon o'clock, 12 o'clock game. Okay. And then later that day, you have the Cure Bowl, Ball State and Marshall. If true, that'd be a nice game. Then we have the Boca Raton Bowl, December 18th, Florida and UCF at 11 a.m. in Boca Raton, Florida. God, how far Florida has fallen. Going from, New Year's 6, range bowl games around Christmas to freaking Boca Raton at 11 a.m. Tough. December 18th, New Mexico Bowl, Fresno State and UTEP, 2:15 at Albuquerque, New Mexico. Again, these are just projections to become reality. I think most of them probably will. Fresno and UTEP, okay. UAB, BYU in the Independence Bowl. Lending Tree, we'll have Old Dominion and Georgia State. That'll actually be an interesting game. In the Los Angeles Bowl, Utah State, Oregon State. Okay, and then finally Western Kentucky and Louisiana in the New Orleans Bowl. Oh, okay, cool. These would be good matchups if they are legit. But again, just predictions. December 20th, it would be Malik Willis and the Liberty Flames against Kent State. 2:30 p.m. in Myrtle Beach Bowl. In the Idaho Potato Bowl, it would be the Eastern Michigan Eagles and the Wyoming Cowboys. Okay, cool. Texas San Antonio facing San Diego State in the Frisco Bowl. Armed Forces, SMU Air Force. Gasparilla, Coastal Carolina and North Carolina. Hawaii Bowl. Of course, Memphis facing Hawaii. All right. Camellia Bowl, Tulsa, Central Michigan. Quick Lane would be Nevada and Western Michigan. Military, Virginia Tech, Eastern Carolina. Birmingham Bowl, App State and LSU. App State and LSU? That's the projection? Really? App State, LSU? The whole Big Ten West. Oh, I'm going to get into that in a minute. Oh, God, that's another thing. I'll talk about that after I'm done with these projections here. I don't know about that, my God. I don't know about LSU and App State. App State might beat them. Are we going to see Brian Kelly and his fake Southern accent? And then you have First Responder Bowl, Missouri and Army. Okay. Liberty would be Texas Tech and Auburn. These are December 28th. By the way, on Christmas, you'd have one game, Tulsa and Central Michigan. Christmas Eve, Hawaii and Memphis at 8 p.m. December 28th, you have a couple games. Birmingham and then the First Responder. The Liberty Bowl, Texas Tech and Auburn. The Holiday Bowl on December 28th, NC State, UCLA. The Guaranteed Rate, West Virginia. The Fenway Bowl at Fenway Park, Houston and Boston College. Speaking of Jeff Hafley facing Houston, that'd be nice. Pinstripe would be Louisville and Maryland. I believe that's at Yankee Stadium. Pretty interesting. Now you have a game literally, I think, at Fenway Park, I think. And then you have a game at Yankee Stadium. Like, that's crazy. Then you have the Alamo Bowl. Oh, no, I'm sorry. You have the Cheez-It Bowl. God, what a fall. Clemson, 1 year's in the freaking New Year's 6. They come into this year with all kinds of expectations, with DJ Uiagalelele. And then you find yourself in the Cheez-It Bowl against Iowa State. Okay. Playing on a mid-tier bowl game. It's not one of those early bowl games, but it's not a New Year's 6 bowl. Whatever. You're like after Christmas. The games after Christmas I consider kind of like mid-tier games, from like the good teams. But yeah, Iowa State versus Clemson should be fun. Then you get December 29th, and you get this. Bob Stoops and the Oklahoma Sooners facing Mario Cristobal in possibly his last game, I think, as Oregon coach, unless he accepts the Miami U job like immediately. I don't know if that's going to happen, but you may be getting Bob Stoops against Mario Cristobal, December 29th in the Alamo Bowl in San Antonio, Texas. So essentially, that'd be practically be a home game for Oklahoma because they're literally right next door. Oregon would have to travel a distance. And Oregon, man, what the heck happened to you in the Pac-12 game, championship game? Like, damn. Anthony Brown, bro. Oh, God. He looked like trash. There was literally a throw. Dude was wide open going down the field. He pulled a Baker Mayfield. Dude was wide open going down the field. What does bozo do? He threw it into coverage. And I think that was a pick six. He pulled a Baker Mayfield. Ugh. I can imagine how Oregon fans felt watching that. Oh, my God. But that should be a fun game. Caleb Williams versus Anthony Brown. Oklahoma probably could win that game, though. Then we got December 30th, Duke's Mayo bowl game. You have Virginia and South Carolina. The Music City Bowl, Minnesota, Tennessee. Las Vegas on December 30th, Arizona State and Penn State. Then we get into the New Year's Eve games. There's only two. You get Wake Forest, who lost tonight in the Gator, against Arkansas. Ooh, Arkansas. Arkansas has a guy that I have my eye on at receiver, Treylon Burks. People say he could be like a much better version of Jarvis Landry for the Browns offense. Dude's got insane skill set. Might have to actually keep an eye on that game. That's 11 a.m., so I'm not streaming it if I do. It's weird that it says Big Ten versus Wake Forest. That's kind of weird. I don't know why they have that, but okay. Then you have Miami, Florida, and Wazoo in the Sun Bowl. Actually, no, it'd be the U versus Wazoo in the Sun Bowl. In El Paso. The Wazoo and the U. Wazoo and U. And that's, yeah, the second. No, there's actually 3 games on New Year's Eve. Wow. 12:30 p.m. And then 4:30 p.m. you have the Arizona Bowl, Boise State and Northern Illinois. Damn, they have to travel all the way out to Arizona? Sheesh. The MAC champ facing Boise State. Nice. Then you have 2 games on New Year's Day, Wisconsin and Kentucky, Iowa and Texas A&M. That's at 12 p.m. and 1 p.m. And then you get January 4th, Kansas State and Mississippi State. And then you get into the New Year's 6. Peach Bowl, Notre Dame and Pitt. Now, that would be a fun game, considering Notre Dame, I think that would be their first actual game with their technical new head coach. They wouldn't have to change much because he's been on the staff already. I guess that's a good thing. You know, Marcus Freeman against Pittsburgh. Nice. And then you get the Fiesta Bowl, Sparty and OK State. Ooh, wow, okay. That'd be fun. And then you get the Rose Bowl at 5 p.m., Ohio State and Utah. And Ole Miss and Baylor. All right. So, yeah, 4 really good games that day. Well, 3 really good games on January 1st. So, yeah, these 3 games would be going on the same time as the Outback and the Citrus. Early on in the day. Because then you have the 1 o'clock game. You have Sparty and OK State on at the same time as Iowa A&M. And then after that, you get Ohio State and Utah. And you get Ole Miss and Baylor. It seems like Ohio State's always playing in the Rose Bowl every now and then. I like it, you know. Our players, I guess, really like going to the Rose Bowl. It's either the Rose Bowl or the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl for us. We rarely ever play in any other games because the last time we played in a game, I think that's not the Fiesta or Rose, was like the Gator Bowl back when the sanctions happened. And we played Arkansas and we steamrolled them, but we lost. I think that game was negated due to the crap going on with the tattoo thing. And then, of course, you have the football playoff games. And if you're wondering, am I streaming these games? Probably not. I don't think I'm going to be streaming them. I might. Depends on the matchups. But I'm not going to, nothing really. Now, if mayhem would have happened, yeah. Like if we had freaking Georgia, Cincinnati, OK State, and Notre Dame somehow, I probably would have streamed it because that would have been awesome. But I'm not streaming these games. I know I did the last couple of years, but Ohio State was involved, and I figured I might as well. I'm not streaming these games. I don't think. Unless I change my mind. I mean, my mind always changes. We'll see what happens. But the projections are the team up north facing Georgia. Oh, my God. Georgia versus the team up north. Well, it should be interesting, I guess. And then you'd have Alabama versus Cincinnati. Okay. Cincinnati fans are like, the playoff. And then it's like, they'll be facing Alabama. And it's like, huh? Luke Fickle, like, excellent. He'd be like, hey, Nick, remember me? Yeah, I know you do. I don't even think was he even on our staff when that happened? I don't think so. But still, like, that's hilarious. Luke Fickle gets a shot at Nick Saban. Desmond Ridder facing off against that Bama defense. Nice. Kind of sucks that Mechie got hurt, though. I heard he has an ACL injury, so he's probably not playing. But hey, we get to see J-Mo against Cincinnati. Might get J-Mo versus Sauce Gardner. Probably going to be seeing a lot of possible future Browns in that game. That's for sure. Like in the playoff games. But we'll see what happens with that. But like my guy, who said it? Freaking Bear? Like my guy Bear said, maybe I should get my favorite. How about you? No, I'm going to say this is the year for Georgia. The bowl games. Did you see Bronny? Yeah, I saw it. I don't know the bowl game. I mean, these are just projections. Like, they're not legit yet. They haven't been officially announced. There's, I think, one that has technically been announced, and it's pretty much like Memphis, because Memphis accepted an invitation to the Hawaii Bowl. And gee, who are they going to play in the Hawaii Bowl? Oh, I don't know. Hawaii. That's like one of the only bowl games we know. Like, as far as like the big bowl games, nobody knows yet. Although we pretty much are sure that we know, but they haven't been officially announced. Now, of course, when Ohio State is officially announced in the Rose Bowl against Utah, which that's what everyone thinks, that's when I'm going to start talking about the game. And, you know, of course, the night before or whatever, maybe a couple of nights before, being as it's not going to, it would be a New Year's Day game, I would do my preview and stuff, and we'll talk about the game. Of course, against Utah one time, and it was a 64-6 blowout. But still, you know, talk about both teams, you know, see what they got, because Utah, man, they got a nice team. They ain't no fluke. I mean, look what they did to Oregon twice in a row, pretty much. They bludgeoned Utah. They bludgeoned Oregon twice. They have us Buckeyes fans looking at ourselves going, how in the heck did we lose to Oregon? Oh, I know how we lost to Oregon. One, our coaches. Our quarterback's shoulder was messed up. And two, our defense was sus as heck. It still was, but it got better. It's like we essentially put a Band-Aid on it. We essentially hit the reboot button on it, and it worked for a little bit. It worked good enough for us to just run through the rest of the Big Ten until we got to the game. And, you know, the team up north saw that tape and they went, you know, oh, look what Oregon did. Let's do that. Let's see if they can stop it again. And we couldn't. It's kind of funny, too, because I would have expected Kenneth Walker to own us. But Ohio State logic has us pretty much shutting Kenneth Walker down, who's a Heisman candidate, but then getting owned by Hassan Haskins and a couple others. Okay. Yeah. Oh, you know, you shut down Kenneth Walker, but then you get beat by Hassan Haskins. Okay. Yeah. Exactly how I would have thought it would have happened, right? I thought, if anything, Kenneth Walker was going to walk all over us. But then again, you look at what we did to Sparty. They really weren't trying to run the ball later in that game because they had a faint hope of coming back. And then it's like, yeah, once we get a couple stops, like this game's a wrap, especially with how bad their secondary was. We exposed Sparty's secondary. That number was it, number 29. That dude was burnt toast. I think that dude had burn marks on his jersey as Cal might have just forced a fumble. And Cal is winning 17-7. Sheesh. Last game without Lincoln Riley, and they're losing to Cal. Oh, my God. Dude. Wow. If I'm Lincoln Riley, I'm like, probably looking at like, it's too late for me to go to Oklahoma again. I mean, Lincoln, you kind of burn those bridges. Like, you dumped a whole freaking tub of kerosene on that bridge, and you lit that sucker ablaze with what you did, bro. There are no going back. Not to mention you already did the presser. And you already had these guys pretty much decommit from Oklahoma, and he's not – it's too late now, my guy. He's like, whoa, baby, I got a whole lot of work to do. Sheesh. You know? But it's going to be fun, man. I feel like USC is going to be really good next year and the year after that. Next year might be a little transition period, might be like mediocre, whatever. But after that, they could be really good, especially because, you know, California is one of the most talent-rich states when it comes to high school football. I mean, they have some of the best, you know, kids in the nation when it comes to football players. Look at all the schools they have down there that are freaking national powerhouses. Like, talk about a lot to choose from. And, you know, if they start winning, kids are going to be like, I'd rather go to USC over Ohio State and Alabama and all that. But, of course, Ryan Day's still going to have his pipeline in Cali because the thing is, yeah, I mean, you know, USC's good, but you come over to play for Ohio State, you have a chance to go to the league, my guy, and make them millions of dollars. And possibly win a national championship. You know? Turn on the TVs on Sundays and you'll be watching Chase Young or, you know, some of those other guys. Look at how many Buckeyes are playing in the league right now. You know, I mean, the Browns finally figured out, hey, we have a football factory just 3 or 4 hours south. They'd be like, no, I didn't know that. Did you? No, I didn't know either. Andrew Berry's like, bro, did you guys realize we have a football factory in the state? They're like, Kent State? No, Ohio State, stupid. Oh, really? Damn, I didn't know that. Sheesh. I mean, you would think that they didn't know because we never drafted Ohio State players. We never drafted Ohio State players. Like, what's up with that? You have a football juggernaut just a few hours down south. And you never drafted from there. I mean, the last regime loved the U, that's for sure. My goodness. I feel like we had like 3 players from the U. And of course, this regime loves LSU, apparently. They love them some Tigers. God, look how many Tigers we have on our team right now. We had 5, but we let 1 go. So we have Greedy, Jacob Phillips, Jarvis, and Delpit. That's 4. Of course, it's kind of funny because New Orleans has like 5 Buckeyes. So it's like we did a little switcheroo. We draft LSU, they draft Ohio State. That's kind of weird. You know, you think it'd be kind of flip, but no. It's like we hand off each other's players. That's kind of funny. Oh, man, but we need a good draft this year. Hopefully it's, not a wide receiver-laden draft, but we need to draft a receiver. I think that might be one of our top things. Now, in typical Andrew Berry fashion, he would probably draft their tight end first round because he loves them some tight ends. Yeah. people were on Twitter were joking around because was it Bowers from Georgia? He's a freshman, so he's got a couple of years. People on Twitter saying, yeah, Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski have their eyes on number 9 team from Georgia that much. It's like, bro, these are already on their list for whenever he comes out of college, bro. He's already on their draft board for that year already. And it's like, bro, they're not even focusing on this year. They're focusing on that year. But no, they better be looking at some receivers. I mean, receivers, maybe linebackers, for like depth, but mainly receivers. Mainly receivers. And I wouldn't be surprised if they looked at a pass rusher or two. Because Tack, Clowney, and Tack and Clowney are on 1-year deals. Although I would love to see us bring back Jadavian, maybe on like a 2-year deal, whatever. See if he can back that up. But I mean, he's been playing pretty good. I could see him getting a good amount of money from another. I would love to see us draft a guy like Karlaftis or something. That'd be dope. Or Aiden Hutchinson. No, he's not going to be there for us. I figured I'd come out here for a little bit. We'll talk about these bowl games. But before I leave, you know what's really funny? So I was talking about the Big Ten title game earlier, right? And how Team Up North won it. You know what's funny? So the actual game itself was established in 2011. Sparty and Wisconsin, first ever game in 2011. Of course, we had the bowl thing, so we couldn't participate because the bowl ban. 2012, Nebraska. Yeah, they participated one time against Wisconsin again. That might have been the year, actually. No, I think that was the year where we had the bowl ban. I'm pretty sure because we were undefeated that year. That's right. That was the bowl ban year. Yeah, that's right. Okay. 2013, Sparty and Ohio State. Yeah, we lost that one. That was a bad one. And then they switched to East and West divisions. Since then, Ohio State has been in the bowl game out of the East Division. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of those years. Michigan State, of course, the Team Up North, and Penn State. We're in it the other 3 years since 2014. And every year since the East Division, even the last year of the Legends Division, bro, the Leaders/West Division has not won the Big Ten since Wisconsin in 2012 with Russell Wilson. Well, Monty Ball. Yeah. Wait, didn't he come out in 2012? I don't know. Whatever. Like, the West has been getting smacked by the East Division. The Legends/East has smacked the Leaders/West Division every year. Look at these scores, too. 2014, 59-0. Of course, the weird thing was we were in the Leaders Division, so yeah. But then they switched over to the East, and still, it's just been all East Division ever since. 59-0, Ohio State over Wisconsin. That was when we won the Natty. The next year, Iowa lost by 3 points to Sparty, 16-13. The very next year, 38-31, Penn State. Then it was like 4 straight years of Ohio State, 27-21 over Wisconsin, 45-24 over Northwestern, 34-21 over Wisconsin, and 22-10 over Northwestern. Sounds kind of funny. Wisconsin, Northwestern. This year we got something completely out of nowhere. Team Up North and Iowa freaking got stomped. Ugh. And you may be wondering, okay, so who's never made it? Well, it's pretty easy to determine who's never made it. Just freaking look and see who's never made it from the freaking teams. Minnesota, Indiana, Rutgers, Maryland. Those are 4. There might be a couple. Illinois. Illinois has never made it. That's tough. That's horrendous. That's sheesh. That's tragic. But hey, gotta get better. I feel like I'm missing one or two. Why do I feel like I'm missing one? Indiana, Minnesota, Illinois, Rutgers, and Maryland. 5. Yeah, because 8 teams have made it before. 8 teams have had an appearance. So, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, makes sense. Nebraska's made it. Yeah, they made it. Ohio State, Wisconsin, Michigan State, Northwestern, Iowa, twice now. They're 0-2. That's horrible. Penn State, Team Up North, and Nebraska. Why does it feel like I'm missing one? Or missing like out of the 5? Why does it feel like I am? Indiana. Wait, let me see how many teams are even. I'm at. Okay, so yeah, Minnesota never made it. Purdue. Oh, Purdue. Duh! Purdue's never made it either. How did I forget about the Boilermakers? I was literally just talking about one of their players. But yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. Purdue, Illinois, Indiana, Minnesota, and yeah, they've never made it. Rutgers and Maryland never made the Big Ten title game. So it makes you wonder, out of those teams, who's the next one to break their little schneid and make the bowl game, make the championship game? Maryland seems pretty close. Rutgers, I mean, they have a nice future, it looks like. Purdue is Purdue. Maybe they'll, catch a flash in the pan. Indiana, bad. Illinois, no. Minnesota seems like a team that could do it. I think Minnesota is probably going to be the next team to do it. The problem with like Rutgers and Maryland and Indiana is that, they got this team called Ohio State in their freaking division. So in order to make it, you need to hope that, we don't. And essentially, if your name is not the team up north, Ryan Day has bent you over every year of his career. I mean, he bent over team up north, but this year they got him. Yeah, they were the first team to beat Ryan Day. Yeah. It's crazy. Ryan Day was undefeated in the Big Ten until the team up north bit him. I mean, as they say, a blind squirrel finds a nut every now and then. See how they rebound after that, See how Ryan Day and the staff rebounds next year. But in case you also want to know what our schedule looks like for next year, because I know there's probably some people that are curious before I head out of here, let's take a look and see what the schedule is next year. I know we play Notre Dame next year, so that'll be fun. Yeah, we play Notre Dame week 1. Oh, boy. Against Marcus Freeman. Oh, yeah. Face Luke Fickell. I think we stomped his team into the ground when he became a coach. Yeah, that's going to be fun. Then we have Arkansas State and Toledo. Those are going to be the games where we're going to see, I was going to say, Quinn, but he transferred. And same thing with Jack Miller. So I expect to see a good helping of Cal McCord and new recruit Devin Brown in those games. Then we get into Sparty and then Penn State. We have Rutgers and Iowa. Ooh, yeah. Then we have the bye. Then we end with Indiana, Northwestern, Wisconsin, Maryland, and the team up north. All right. That's the schedule for next year. And if you're really curious for 2023, it'll be Indiana at home. On the road. And then San Jose State, Western Kentucky, and Notre Dame. Pretty interesting non-con. Yeah, very interesting non-con schedule. And I expect by 2023, that could be when McCord is starting. Maybe Devin Brown. But we'll see. Probably McCord. And then for Devin Brown, his first year will be facing Southern Miss. Oh. And was in Washington. Ooh. We also have an open game yet, so we'll see who they put in on Saturday, September 7th. They don't have anyone there yet. I don't think we'd have 2 buys, play one game and have a bye week. Yeah, no. But Southern Miss, that'll be fun. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up for this one, guys. Hope you guys all have a wonderful rest of your day. Yeah, we're those who never played in the Rose Bowl. Whatever. Okay. You live tomorrow against the Jazz? No. I'll be live on Monday though against the Bucks. So that'll be fun. I'll see you guys. I'll probably go. I don't know. Should I go live tomorrow for the bowl selection? Not like it really matters because we're not in it. I don't really care too much. I guess I'll decide. Depends on if I'm in the mood to go live and get my reaction to who's facing who. If we were in it, obviously I'd go live, but I just don't feel like I should go live for it because we're not in it. I don't really care, you know. But if I don't go live tomorrow for the bowl selection thing before the football games begin, I'll be live on Monday for Cavs and Bucks. I don't know. I'm thinking about going live for Steelers and Ravens, but I guess the way I should say is this. If I go live, I'll go live. If not, then I'll see you Monday for Cavs Bucks. So until then, I'm Crazy Dog at 99. Let's go Bucks. Buckeyes. And I'm out. Bye-bye. And oh yeah, go Bucks.